High above the mortal world lies Olympus, a kingdom in the clouds. Its halls shine with light, and the sky itself bends to the will of the gods. Here walks Zeus, ruler of the heavens. To mortals, he is thunder's voice, the giver of rain, the keeper of balance between storm and calm. Yet even the strongest heart holds questions. Even the hand that commands lightning may wonder what lies beyond the horizon of stars. For there are mysteries older than thunder, older than fire. They are threads hidden deep in the fabric of the cosmos. This tale is not of war or conquest. It is a journey of discovery, where a god seeks truths greater than his crown. They are called the celestial chains, not made of iron, but of meaning. Not shackles of weight, but bonds of harmony. This is where our story begins. Where storm meets silence. Where Zeus, king of the skies, learns the secret weight of destiny. High above the mortal mountains, Olympus rises like a dream of clouds. Its pillars glow with light. Its gardens bloom forever. Its halls echo with timeless voices. Here stands Zeus, ruler of the sky. To mortals, he is thunder's roar, the bringer of rain, the guardian of balance between storm and calm. Yet power cannot silence questions. Even the hand that holds lightning wonders what lies beyond the crown of the sky. In the stillness of Olympus, Zeus often gazes outward. Winds curl around him, carrying whispers from distant stars he cannot understand. The old tales return to him, stories of creation, of titans, of laws woven before the first dawn, shadows of truths too vast to ignore. He asks himself, am I truly free, or held by something greater? Something invisible? At night, clouds ripple like silver tides. The stars blink as though they watch. He feels threads tugging faintly at his spirit. He speaks of this to no one, not to Hera, who sees his silence, not to Poseidon, nor Hades, who know other burdens of rule. The sky's crown is heavy, not only with power, but with mystery. One dawn, Zeus rises early. The thunderbolt rests in his hand, glowing softly. The world stirs awake, yet peace escapes him, for in his heart the whisper remains. There are chains in the sky, not chains of iron or punishment, but threads unseen stretching across cosmos, binding star to star, moment to moment. The thought will not leave him. He feels their weight in the golden courts. He sees them in the laughter of gods. He hears them beneath the songs of the muses. Zeus, unshakable, feels himself unsettled. It is not fear, but curiosity, a pull toward truth. If such chains exist, he must find them. On the edge of Olympus, where the stars open wide, Zeus lifts his face to the night and whispers, "Show me." The constellations glow brighter. No voice answers, but he feels the presence more than ever. The crown of the sky still shines with thunder, yet its true weight is unknown, and Zeus is ready to seek it. The night is quiet on Olympus. The halls of the gods gleam under starlight, and the air is cool with drifting clouds. But for Zeus, silence is not comfort. He walks through marble corridors until he finds a balcony. Below, mortals sleep in their valleys. Above, in the endless stars, something strange begins to speak. At first, it is faint, a sound like the sigh of the wind. But Zeus knows the wind. This is different. This is a voice older than air itself. He listens. The words press against his thoughts like waves against stone. Asterisk. The chains that bind the sky. Asterisk. His heart steadies. This is no dream. Something beyond Olympus is reaching for him. Days pass, and the whisper lingers. Sometimes faint, sometimes strong. He wonders, has it always been there? Have the gods forgotten how to hear it? In council, Zeus sits among the gods. Their laughter is bright, their plans full of feasts and contests. Yet behind every sound, he hears the whisper. Hera notices. "What troubles you?" she asks softly. Zeus hesitates. How can he speak of invisible chains pressing on his spirit? He only answers, "A thought I cannot set aside." That night, He seeks the edge of Olympus. The whisper grows stronger. He hears rhythm, like the hidden heartbeat of the cosmos. Asterisk. You are bound, O Sky King. Asterisk. Zeus grips the thunderbolt, but no storm answers. The voice flows through him, calm, patient, unshaken. Asterisk. You are not alone. All things are joined. Even you, Lord of Thunder, wear the unseen crown of chains. Asterisk. The words are not cruel. They are truths. They unsettle him, yet he cannot turn away. He listens more carefully in the days that follow. In the rustle of leaves, in fountains, in laughter, the whisper sings of harmony and balance. For the first time in ages, Zeus feels small. Not powerless, but part of something vast. One evening he speaks to the whisper. If I am bound, then show me. If there are chains, let me see them. The air grows still. Clouds hold their breath. For a moment, the whisper falls silent. Then it returns, faint but clear. Asterisk. Seek the truth where sky meets eternity. Seek, and the chains will reveal themselves. Asterisk. Zeus lowers his gaze. The decision is made. He will not sit idle on his throne. The voice has given him a path, and he will follow it. The stars burn brighter, as though listening. The whisper fades into silence, but its weight remains. The journey has begun, and beyond the veil of the cosmos, the celestial chains wait. Dawn rises golden over Olympus. Light pours across marble halls and gardens, yet the heart of Zeus is restless. The whisper has grown too heavy to bear alone. He summons the gods to council. The hall of clouds fills with mist and light. Around the circle sit Poseidon, Hades, Athena, Apollo, Hera, and many more. All eyes turn toward Zeus. He rises. The thunderbolt rests at his side, its glow subdued. For nights I have heard a voice, he begins. It speaks of chains, celestial chains that bind us all. A murmur spreads. Poseidon leans forward. Chains! Brother, who could bind us? We are rulers of sea and sky and stone. None holds us captive. Hades frowns. Perhaps not captive, yet bound. Even gods bend to the laws of fate. Athena nods. Not chains of prison, but of order. A balance older than Olympus. Ares laughs, striking his spear. No thread can hold me, I am power itself. Aphrodite answers softly. Even you are bound, Ares. Love binds you, though you deny it. We are all joined, though not by iron. Voices rise and clash. Some laugh, others grow uneasy. Clouds gather above the hall, shadows thickening as the gods argue. Hera lifts her hand. Silence falls. Do not mock what we do not understand, she says. Something has touched him. I have seen the change in his eyes. Zeus speaks again, his voice steady. The chains are not shackles. They are bonds of connection. They shape the order of all things. We must seek them. Apollo tilts his head. Perhaps they are harmony itself, the hidden music of the spheres. Hermes grins. Then let us chase them. Secrets often carry treasure. Ares scoffs. Dionysus shrugs, lifting his cup. Hephaestus wonders if such chains could ever be forged. Yet the seed is planted. The sky rumbles softly above the hall. Not in anger, but in presence. The gods fall quiet, as if Olympus itself listens. Zeus raises his voice. Believe or doubt as you will. I cannot ignore this call. I will seek the truth of the celestial chains. The council breaks into murmurs. No cheer, no dismissal. Unease lingers, but so does curiosity. As the gods depart, the whisper stirs again. Asterisk. Seek. Asterisk. It hums, steady as starlight. Zeus knows the journey has begun, and in time, the celestial chains will call them all. Days pass after the council. Olympus hums with tension. Some gods laugh, others ponder, but none forget the words of Zeus. Each night, the whisper returns. Asterisk. Seek. Seek the chains. Asterisk. It hums through dreams, clinging at dawn. Zeus knows the next step. Far below Olympus, on Mount Parnassus, lies Delphi. There, the oracle dwells, chosen by Apollo, veiled in prophecy. If any can unveil the truth, it is she. Zeus descends. Clouds follow him as he steps upon the earth. Mortals tremble, but he walks with purpose, seeking wisdom, not power. The temple shines white against the mountain. Pillars kiss sunlight. Stones hum with unseen force. At its heart burns the eternal flame. The oracle sits in smoke, her face veiled, her voice soft as wind. Lord of sky, she whispers before he speaks. You seek the unseen. Zeus approaches. A voice calls me, he says. It speaks of chains that bind gods and stars. Tell me, what truth lies within this riddle? The oracle sways, her voice echoing through time. Not iron, not fire. These chains are woven of eternity. They bind with truth, not force. They stretch across heavens and earth, across fate and choice. They are the threads of the cosmos. Zeus frowns. If they are threads, who weaves them? Some say the Moirai, the fates. Some say the stars themselves. Some say a force older than gods. The name does not matter. The chains are, and they cannot be broken. Zeus asks, then why do they call me? Why seek them, if they cannot be undone? The oracle's voice trembles. Because the chains stir, the balance shifts. A song once silent now echoes. If bonds are not honored, all may fray. The flame flickers. The air grows still. Even Zeus feels a weight pressing against his chest. Where must I go? He asks. Not to Olympus, she breathes, but beyond. To the edge of the heavens, where night touches night. There lies the first chain. Her whisper lowers. But beware, great one. To seek is to see yourself. And not all truths can be born, even by gods. The smoke curls like serpents. The oracle trembles, her strength spent. Priestesses rush to her side. Her words linger in the air, heavy as thunder. Zeus lifts his gaze. The whisper grows louder inside him. Asterisk. Seek the edge. Seek the chains. Asterisk. He turns and departs. The priestesses bow low, pale with awe. Outside, the mountain air feels sharper, colder, touched by prophecy. Above, Olympus gleams in sunlight. Zeus does not look back. His eyes fix upon the horizon, where day fades into night. The oracle has spoken. The celestial chains wait beyond the heavens, and Zeus knows his path is only beginning. The words of the oracle cling to Zeus like mist. Asterisk. Seek the edge, where night touches night. Asterisk. The phrase echoes again and again in his mind. Beyond Olympus, beyond the farthest star, lies the path he must walk. For days he wanders the halls of Olympus. The whisper grows louder, pressing him onward. No throne or feast can silence it. At last, he cannot resist. He must step beyond the known. One evening, he climbs the highest peak. Twilight glows. The first stars awaken in velvet dark. The gods watch from afar, sensing what is to come. Zeus raises his hand. Clouds part like curtains, revealing the dome of the heavens. Stars burn bright, scattered across an endless sea. With steady breath, he lifts himself into the sky. Wings of storm carry him upward. The air thins. The world falls away. Silence deepens, vast and unbroken. Mortal lands fade to shadow. Olympus itself becomes a spark behind him. The stars draw near. He passes Orion with his bow, the great bear, the swan gliding through eternal night. Each feels strangely alive, as if watching. The whisper grows stronger. Asterisk. Seek the edge. Seek the chains. Asterisk. It guides him like a hidden pulse. Time drifts strange. Hours or centuries pass. At last, Zeus sees a horizon unlike any other. Not the curve of earth, not the veil of cloud, but a border where light fades into deeper darkness. Here, stars grow thin, their songs quiet, like harps falling silent. Before him spreads a vast emptiness. a sea of night upon night, where no mortal dream has reached. Zeus hovers at the edge. For the first time in ages, even he feels small. The whisper hums louder, vibrating through his bones. Then he sees it. Across the void stretches a shimmer, threads of silver woven into the dark. They glow faintly, pulsing, alive. The celestial chains. Not chains of iron, but lines of light. Delicate yet unyielding. Bridges of eternity spanning the emptiness. Zeus gazes in silence. Awe and unease stir together within him. He feels the pulse of all things, the tides, the stars, the paths of destiny. He reaches out. His hand trembles. His fingers brush the shining thread. The chain hums like a lyre. Visions rush through him. Worlds turning, rivers flowing, lives rising and falling. He sees mortals laugh and weep. Gods falter and rejoice. Harmony, balance, woven across the cosmos. Yet strain appears. Some threads quiver, pulled too taut. A faint discord hums beneath the song. Zeus withdraws, breath heavy. The chains are beautiful, yet trembling. The whisper comes clear. Asterisk. Guard them. Learn them. If they fail, all shall fall. Asterisk. Zeus lifts his gaze. Threads vanish into the infinite. Each will reveal deeper truth. He lingers, caught between awe and resolve, then spreads his wings of storm and turns back. The heavens will never be the same to him again. The chains are real. They are alive. They are vital. Their call has bound him more surely than any crown of thunder. Zeus returns toward Olympus. Yet the song of the celestial chains burns within him like lightning in his heart. The journey has begun. The memory of the edge lingers in Zeus, like thunder waiting to break. He cannot forget the shimmer of the chains, nor the hum that thrummed through his very bones. Each step through Olympus feels heavier, as though the sky itself presses upon him. Yet the whisper does not fade. It guides him outward, beyond mortal lands, beyond the horizon of night. This time, it carries him not to the void, but to a place of light. So he rises once more, soaring through the heavens. The constellations greet him, their patterns bright and familiar. Yet tonight, they seem different, alive, awake, as though they too know of the chains. He drifts past Orion with his bow, past Andromeda, past Perseus, lifting his sword. Each constellation hums softly, part of a chorus unseen. At last, Zeus heights, for there, across the heavens, stretches something wondrous. A line of stars brighter than the rest, woven in a perfect arc. They glimmer as though strung upon an invisible thread. The whisper deepens. Asterisk. The chain of stars. Asterisk. Zeus approaches. The stars pulse gently, each one a beacon of fire and story. He senses not only their brilliance, but their connection, each tied to the next, forming a living chain that spans the sky. He reaches toward one. The star hums like a golden harp string. Vision floods him once more. He sees mortals gaze upward, weaving tales from these very lights. Farmers guide their plows by their glow. Sailors cross endless seas by their compass. Lovers whisper vows beneath them, believing the stars bear witness. The constellations are anchors of memory, guides of time, keepers of hope. Their light binds mortals to the heavens. In that bond, the celestial chains are revealed. Zeus withdraws, awed. He understands. The chains join divine and mortal, weaving fate through story and song. Yet he hears a dissonance. Some stars flicker weakly, their links strained by forces unseen. If the chain falters, mortals will lose their guidance. Darkness will fall not only on the heavens but on their hearts. The whisper rises urgent. Asterisk. Guard the chain. Restore its song. Asterisk. Zeus closes his eyes. Lightning stirs in his chest, but he does not call the storm. He listens. Beneath the silence, beneath the shimmer of light, he feels the faint vibration of the chain. It is music. Fragile, delicate, yet eternal. Each star is a note, each constellation a melody. Together they form harmony older than Olympus itself. He spreads his arms wide, letting the rhythm flow through him. He does not command, it is not his to rule. He lends his strength, steadying the trembling notes with the power of the sky. One by one, the flickering stars brighten. The chain steadies, glowing stronger, its song swelling into fullness. Zeus exhales, his heart lifting, yet he knows this is not the end. Though he has steadied the chain of stars, shadows still lurk beyond the edge. The vision fades. The stars return to their quiet brilliance, scattered yet bound. Zeus lingers, his gaze sweeping the chain's arc. He feels pride, but also responsibility. For if these chains falter again, all who look to the heavens will stumble. The whisper softens. Asterisk. One chain restored, many yet remain. Asterisk. Zeus turns, storm wings carrying him back toward Olympus. The constellations shimmer behind him. Their song echoes faintly in his soul. The journey deepens. The celestial chains are no longer distant mystery. They are living truth, fragile yet radiant. And Zeus knows he has only touched the first strand of an endless design. The chain of stars glows steady now, its harmony restored by Zeus's touch. Yet in the quiet after its song, another sound creeps in. Not a melody, but a murmur. Not light, but shadow. Zeus pauses in the heavens. The whisper is different this time. No longer the gentle guide, but something colder, something waiting. He turns his gaze beyond the constellations. The stars shine strong, yet between them lie oceans of darkness. It is here, in the spaces untouched by light, that the murmur stirs. At first, it is faint, like wind moving through hollow stone, but slowly, it grows. A pulse, a thrum, a rhythm not of harmony but of hunger. Zeus spreads his storm wings, drifting closer. His lightning eyes pierce the void, and in the emptiness, he sees it. The shadow moves. It is not a creature, nor a god, nor even a force he can name. It is absence itself, shaping itself into something more. Where light gathers, shadow bends. Where harmony plays, silence claws. Zeus frowns. He knows light and darkness are bound since the first dawn. Yet this shadow feels different. It seeks not balance, but unraveling. The murmur grows louder. It speaks not with words, but with intent. Asterisk break, unbind, release. Asterisk. The thunder within Zeus stirs. He does not strike. He listens. If the chains hold the cosmos together, what lies beyond them? And if shadow longs to break them, what truth hides in that abyss? The stars around him dim, their song softening as though afraid. The chain of stars flickers faintly, as if touched by shadow. Zeus feels a chill, not of cold, but of absence, of something vital slipping away. He steadies the chain with his will. Then shapes begin to form. Wisps at first, then figures, outlines of beings born of shadow. They glide, silent and shifting. Eyes like empty wells. Zeus calls out, his voice rolling like thunder. Who seeks the chains? The figures pause. No mouths open. Yet the murmur answers. Asterisk. We are the between. We are the silence that waits where light does not reach. Asterisk. Zeus narrows his eyes. Why do you press against the chains? Asterisk. Because they bind. Asterisk. The voices echo. Asterisk. Because they hold what should be free. Because the song drowns the silence. Asterisk. The words strike deep. The chains guide destiny. To mortals, they are light. But to the shadow, they are prison bars. The figures drift closer, surrounding him like waves around a rock. For the first time, Zeus feels the weight of choice. Strengthen the chains, and silence will be bound. Loosen them, and what might spill forth? The murmur tempts, asterisk release, and know what lies beyond. Asterisk. The thunder within him rages, but he does not unleash it. He steadies his breath. No chain is meant to break, he says, but neither should silence be forgotten. He lifts his hand. Lightning arcs across the heavens, tracing lines between stars. The song rises, strong and steady woven now, with rests, with silence. The shadow figures shiver, their forms tremble, flickering between presence and absence. Some fade, retreating into the dark. Others linger, watching. The murmur softens. Not hunger, but curiosity. The silence does not vanish, it breathes. Zeus lowers his hand. This is not victory, nor defeat. It is balance fragile, uneasy, but balance nonetheless. The between still lingers, waiting in the cracks of the cosmos. They are not gone. They will return. But for now, the chain of stars shines steady once more. The heavens hum with both song and silence. A harmony deeper than before. Zeus turns back toward Olympus. His heart is heavy, yet clear. He has glimpsed the truth. The chains are fragile and contested, watched, tested, pulled by forces seen and unseen. And if he is to guard them, he must face not only light, but shadow, not only song, but silence. The journey is far from over. In Olympus lies a hidden chamber few enter. It is not built of stone, but spun from threads of time itself. This is the hall of the fates, older than gods, older than stars. Clotho, Lachesis, Atropos, the three who weave destiny. Here, glowing threads stretch like rivers of light. Some shine long and bright, others flicker short and fragile. Each joins another, a web that holds the cosmos together. Zeus steps inside, and thunder falls silent. Even he bows his head in this sacred place. The sisters weave without pause, fingers shaping what will be. At last, Lachesis lifts her timeless gaze. "You have felt the chains," she says, "and you have heard the silence between them." Clotho leans closer, voice bright with youth. "Do you know why the chains exist, Zeus?" He shakes his head, eyes heavy with memory. They hold the heavens, yet shadow strains against them. Atropos sets down her shears, her words sharp. "The chains are not power. They are choice." Zeus frowns, thunder in his brow. The sisters speak in turn, their rhythm seamless. Clotho, threads begin with possibility. Lachesis, decisions shape the weaving. Atropos, the cut ends the tale. The tapestry shimmers with countless lives. Kings and shepherds, storms and harvests, laughter and tears. Each life a song, brief or lasting, woven into eternity. And the celestial chains, Zeus asks? "They are knots that hold the weaving," Clotho says. "They bind meaning between the threads," Lachesis adds. "But not all welcome the weaving," Atropos warns. "There are those who dwell in the gaps." Zeus recalls the between, the whisper in the void. "They would unbind it all," he murmurs. "Yes," Atropos replies, her eyes like stone. "Silence envie song, void envie form." The loom trembles. A thread darkens with shadow. "Even now," Lachesis whispers. They test the weave. Zeus steps forward, lightning burning in his gaze. "What must I do?" he asks. "You cannot cut shadow away," Clotho says gently. "You cannot strike silence into song. But you can strengthen the knots," Lachesis says. "With understanding, not with force," Atropos adds. Zeus stares at the vast tapestry of fate. It stretches beyond sight, threads vanishing into eternity. Clotho touches his hand. Storms have their place. Lachesis, every choice you make weaves into the whole. Atropos, guard the chains as a weaver, not a warden. Zeus bows his head, thunder quiet within. "I will watch. I will weave," he says. The sisters smile, their voices soft as dawn. "Then go," they whisper together. The tapestry awaits. The chamber fades like a dream behind him. But their words linger, bright as lightning in his heart. The chains are threads of choice, woven into fate. He steps onto the balcony of Olympus. The stars gleam steady, endless above the night. Zeus sees himself not only as ruler, but as part of the weaving. The celestial chains hum with fragile harmony. They are eternal, yet waiting for his hand. The king of the skies walks on with reverence, a guardian of storms and of stories, a keeper of power and of possibility. Beyond Olympus lies a sea mortal's never glimpse. It stretches without shore or horizon, older than Olympus itself. This is the ocean of time, vast and shimmering silver. Every drop is a memory, every wave an echo. Zeus descends to its edge, thunder quiet within. Here, he is not a king, but a traveler. The waters whisper with laughter of children long gone. They whisper of wars ended before fire was born. They whisper of futures waiting to unfold. The surface ripples with light, and images bloom. Faces, choices, places, all carried on the tide. Zeus kneels, dipping his hand into the current. It feels like memory itself, endless and fragile. Visions flood his mind, swift as lightning. He sees himself, young, lifting thunder for the first time. He sees Olympus rising, cloud by cloud. He sees mortals praying, sparks rising like wind. Then darkness stirs, threads snapping in shadow. The celestial chains tremble, their light fading. The between slithers, curling across the stars. Zeus pulls away, but the echo lingers. From the tide, a figure rises. It is not god nor mortal, but timeless. Its form shifts, flowing like the water. Guardian of chains, it murmurs. You walk where few dare to step. Do you know why you are here? Zeus answers, his voice steady. To learn what even the fates do not tell. The figure ripples, silver light in motion. Then listen. Time is not a river, it is an ocean. What you call past and future are but currents. And the chains? Zeus presses. They are anchors, the figure replies. They hold the ocean in form. Without them, moments drown one another. The ocean trembles, waves rising in warning. If they break, Zeus demands, then all moments collapse into one. It whispers, no past, no future, no present, only silence. Only the between. The words weigh heavy on Zeus's chest. He imagines storms without beginning or end, lives folded into nothingness, prayers lost in an endless tide. His hand clenches, thunder humming low. The chains will hold, Zeus declares. The figure tilts its head, dripping like stars. Strength cannot bind them. Choice does. Balance does. Zeus recalls the loom of the fates. He recalls the whispering shadow pressing at the chains. He recalls silence, envying song. The figure sinks slowly back into the tide. Its voice fades with the waves. Guard not with fear, guard with wisdom. The ocean remembers all who forget. The waters calm, silver, and quiet. Only the endless horizon remains. Zeus stands still, his reflection shifting. He sees not only a king, but a keeper. Not only a ruler, but a listener. The ocean of time hums with past and future. He turns away at last, carrying its weight. The chains are woven into memory itself. And if they falter, the ocean will drown the stars. With a final glance at the tide, he rises. The storm waits for him. The chains wait for him. And destiny, like the ocean, flows on. There are melodies older than Olympus. Songs not sung with voice, but with existence itself. Among them lies the most haunting, the song of silence. It drifts through folds of the cosmos, patient and vast. Where stars flicker, it hums low, soft as breath. Where shadows gather, it swells, endless and deep. It is not sound, but absence made music. Zeus first hears it one quiet night. He stands at Olympus's edge, storm held still. The constellations dim, flickering like dying flames. In the hush that follows, the song enters him. It begins faint, a slowed heartbeat in the dark. Then it fills the space between thought and breath. Each note is hollow, heavy, infinite. Zeus closes his eyes, creation exhaling around him. The song does not threaten, it invites. It whispers, lay down thunder, rest your storm. But Zeus knows this is no simple melody. It is the between, envy given voice. Its notes press against the celestial chains. Each tone seeks to soften, to unravel. The chains tremble, weary, lulled by stillness. Silence grows stronger, not by force, but absence. Zeus feels visions pressing at his mind. A universe without storms, laughter, or prayer. Stillness perfect, but empty of joy. Peace offered by erasing all things. Tempting, yet hollow at its core. Zeus gazes upward, watching the chains flicker. They dim as silence weaves its song. He does not release thunder, not yet. To strike would deepen silence's echo. Instead, he listens, storm quiet within. And in listening, he understands its truth. Silence is not cruel, it is lonely. It longs to belong, but cannot sing. The between envies song, but yearns to share. Zeus whispers softly into the still night. Silence, I hear you, he says. Song and storm are not your enemy. They are your reflection, your mirror. The song falters, stumbling in surprise. It softens, curling back into the stars. The celestial chains glow. Steady. Once more. Fate's loom holds firm, balance restored. Zeus stands tall, his heart both heavy and clear. Strength alone cannot guard the cosmos. Wisdom, compassion, and listening must prevail. The song of silence will return again. But it is not only an enemy. It is a truth, part of the universe. Where there is sound, silence will wait. In their balance, existence endures. Zeus turns back to Olympus, carrying the song, not as a threat, but as a reminder that even gods must listen. Only then will the stars continue to shine. Before the first temple rose, there was a light. It was not thunder, nor starlight, nor the Sunday. It was a flame that burned without consuming, a fire that sang, the dawn fire. Legends say it was kindled at creation's edge, where chaos gave way to order. It was born. It carried warmth, wisdom, and unbreakable essence. Not fire that devours, but fire that awakens. Zeus had heard whispers of it in Olympus, but storms had always been his mantle. Now the chains trembled under the song of silence. He knew thunder alone was not enough, so he descended, seeking balance and light. He found a realm between night and day. Dawn never rose, twilight never faded. There the dawn fire flickered, soft and eternal. It brightened as Zeus approached in silence. It did not burn, nor recoil, but waited. "Why do you seek me?" it whispered. Zeus hesitated, storm quiet in his chest. The chains weaken. Silence presses upon them. Storm alone cannot keep them whole. The flame shimmered, sparks rising like birds. "Then you understand," it said gently. "Power without light blinds the guardian. To carry dawn, share it, don't wield it." Zeus saw his reflection in the flame. Not king, not conqueror, only guardian eternal. "What must I give?" he asked softly. The flame flared, warm and steady. Not strength, not sacrifice, only openness. To carry dawn, let it dwell within. Zeus reached out, thunder humming low. He felt no pain, only deep stirring. The flame leapt into his spirit, not his skin. His heart ignited with clarity, not fire. Then he heard its true song. Not loud, but radiant and pure. A melody of beginnings, of first laughter. Prayers whispered at sunrise, the breath of light, overwhelmed. Zeus staggered under its purity. His storm shifted, no longer feared. Thunder and dawn twined together within him. Storm and light braided into balance. The flame spoke once more with calm. Silence tempts with peace, but emptiness follows. Carry dawn, and you carry hope. Carry dawn, and you guard the cosmos. The dawn fire sank back into stillness, yet its warmth remained within Zeus. He lifted his gaze to the heavens. The celestial chains shimmered faintly above. Their tremors eased. Glow steadied once more. For the first time, stars breathed again. Zeus spoke into the twilight sky. "Let the storm roar. Let the dawn rise. Together, they will guard against silence." The cosmos stirred with remembered beginnings. The chains were not safe. Not yet. But they were no longer alone. The dawn fire had returned in his heart, and a new chapter of balance began. At the heart of the heavens lies the last chain. It is older than Olympus, older than gods, older even than time itself. The other chains shimmer across the sky, each guarding its own realm. But the last chain binds them all, holding the fabric of existence together. Without it, stars would scatter into the between, falling like embers. Zeus knew his journey had led here from the very beginning. Storms had carried him. Dawnfire had lit him. Silence had tested him. Now he stood before the last chain, glowing fragile, yet unbreakable. The chain stretched endlessly, a radiant arc across the cosmos. But Zeus saw it tremble not from force, but from doubt itself. For the last chain was not forged of metal or starlight. It was made of trust, the trust of gods, mortals, and all who breathe. And now that trust faltered, gnawed by silence and shadow. Thunder stirred in Zeus, urging him to bind it with storm. But he remembered the Dawnfire's wisdom. Power blinds without light. He remembered the ocean's truth. Anchors endure through balance. He reached out, his voice soft. I am no master of chains. I am their keeper, their witness, their guardian. The last chain pulsed faintly, dimming yet listening. It waited, not for command, but for truth. Zeus closed his eyes and spoke as one voice among many. Mortals and gods, all who breathe in time's current, this chain is yours. It holds because you believe. It shines because you hope. It endures because you choose. The tremor slowed. The glow brightened with faint resolve. Then Zeus felt them, the voices of existence, rising together. A prayer whispered by a child. A promise kept between friends. A vow spoken beneath the stars. Each voice wove into the chain, reforging its links with faith. Light spread across the heavens, constellations blazing anew. The loom of fate steadied. The ocean of time grew calm. Even silence softened, a hush that lingered without devouring. Zeus opened his eyes, storm joining not to strike, but to heal. Thunder rolled softly, carrying the sound of renewal. The last chain held strong. Yet Zeus knew this was not the end. Silence would return, shadows would press, doubt would whisper. The cosmos was fragile, alive, and endlessly in need of care. He turned from the chain, heart steady with newfound clarity. The universe was not bound by thunder, nor by fire, nor silence. It was bound by belief that existence is worth holding. The last chain belonged to all, not to one. And as long as even one voice whispered to the stars, it would endure.